Hello, and joining us today for a very special conversation is Rohit Sharma, the cricketer, also the captain of the Mumbai Indians team. And IPL is just round the corner, and it's such a pleasure, Rohit, to have your time right now. You know, I was reading a lot of numbers around you, and it has been 202 sixes in ODIs, 3 double centuries in ODIs, 4 centuries in T20, and I could literally go on with the kind of numbers that you actually have achieved in last many years. You are called Hitman, Mr. Talented, Shana, Aro, and there's a whole list of what people call you as well. What do you best associate yourself with?
Rohit Sharma. I love being known as Rohit, obviously, but when you're playing, you know, you have a lot of teammates around you. You have fans, people.
Nickname you.
Yeah. So I mean, and in cricketing fraternity, you have that thing going on for a long period of time. When you get associated with any team, they normally don't call you by the name given. So nicknames is what you're known as on the field as well. So yeah, Hitman Ro is something which is like a short form of my name, which my wife started calling me, and it just picked up with the rest of my teammates, friends, and everybody. And Hitman was something which happened in 2013 when I was playing in Bangalore. Had a good day on the field, and I was like, I hit few sixes, not couple of sixes actually. So commentator on the air said he's the hitman of Indian cricket team. So and it started to grow on with the people as well after that.
You know, I was also going through various matches of yours, and you are the first choice when it comes to T20. You also are the first choice when it comes to one-day international, but you're not the first choice when it comes to test series. And just relating it to the businesses that we look at, there is intraday trading, there is day trading, there is long-term investments as well.
Wow.
So is how I was looking at it. How do you adapt to various techniques? What really goes into these various formats, and what do you think you do best?
Yeah, see, as a child, I always dreamt of playing cricket. Never dreamt of playing one particular format. I always wanted to play cricket, whether it was with red ball or with white ball. Because as a young kid, you always start your cricket with red ball, and that is what I always looked forward to, red ball cricket. White ball cricket just happened along the way. Because when you're in schools, colleges, you don't play with white ball a lot. You only play with red ball. And our domestic cricket in India is with red ball, the Ranji Trophy that I'm talking about.
Right.
So red ball cricket is very close to me, without a doubt, and it is the most challenging format, the red ball cricket. So if you want to test yourself, that's the best format that you can challenge yourself. Yeah, I would say it's not been up to the standard that I expect, not anybody else. I don't expect to play with anyone else's expectations, but it's my own standard that I want to live up to. I completely accept that I've just not done enough to, you know, sort of be happy with my performance. I don't worry about what people think or what people talk about, because if you do well, people do talk. If you don't do well, people will still talk. So that's how it is everywhere, not just in India, but any sport you play, people are always watching you.
Yeah. You compete with self.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been fortunate enough with the performance that I've had with the white ball cricket. It's just going out there and doing what I know I do the best. But yeah, I still feel a long way to go in all 3 formats to do whatever I want to do for my team, for my country. And it's a great honor to play for your country at the end of the day. I don't worry about the formats, to be honest, right now.
Okay.
I only worry about playing for the country and doing well for my country.
Also, when you look at your captaincy record, you're 88% there. I mean, that's quite a number there. Also, as I started the show with, I mean, your achievements are right up there with the kind of 4s and 6s. And since you've taken over Mumbai Indians in 2011, it has been the longest string of winnings that you've actually brought in for the team, really. How have you seen the IPL grow from where it started?
See, Mumbai Indians was a big change in my life, in my career, in my cricketing career. It was way back in 2011 when I was bought from Hyderabad to play for Mumbai, and it's been it's been a great journey since then,
Yes.
and I don't wish to stop. When the captaincy came around in 2013, it was midway through the tournament. It was a bit challenging because we were not doing that great, and it was challenging in terms of getting the team back together and start winning games. So that was a bit of challenging part as a captain, because I had never captained any team at the highest level before that. I did captain my Mumbai State Ranji Trophy team, but that is domestic level first class cricket. Never at the highest level, because I consider IPL as the highest level of cricket in India as well.
Okay.
Because it challenges you every time, so it has to be at the highest level. And then I wouldn't say it's been a great ride. It has been up and down, but I've learned a lot. I've changed as a person. I've changed as a cricketer, because obviously when the responsibility has been thrown around your shoulder, it's not easy, and you get to learn a lot from the losses. I believe I learn a lot, because when you win games, you feel everything is right. Everything's going your way. Yeah, but when we lost games, we didn't qualify for playoffs in last year, and also in 2016. We learned a lot as a team, and I learned a lot as a leader, player, So Mumbai Indians has actually taught me a lot of lessons as to how one should go on the field and take up the responsibility, or get the team together if the team's not doing well, because I think you cannot always have a great ride. There will be some downs,
Yes.
and which you have to deal with in a positive frame of mind, and that is something that Mumbai Indians has taught me, because I was the captain of the team.
We would also really like to know the Rohit Sharma, who is also a husband, a philanthropist, a dad. How have been your growing years, and what would you, as you said, there have been learnings along the way. What would you want to advise youngsters now who are trying to get into various fields, sports even? Things are too easy. People get it very easy now. How were your growing years? What would you want to advise?
I don't agree to a certain extent that it's easy to get into anything you want to, whether it's sport, business, studies, or whatever it is, universities, if you want to get in. I don't think it's that easy. You really, really have to work hard to get to where you actually want to. For me, it wasn't easy. I wouldn't sit here and elaborate the story of my growing days, because
the learnings out of it.
Yeah, but the learnings have been really, because it came the hard way. So it has definitely taught me a lot of lessons, that you cannot get anything easy in your life. You have to work for it, and that is something that I enjoy also.
Right.
Work hard for it and get it. I would advise the same. If I have an opportunity to advise anyone, I would say the same, that nothing in life is easy. You have to really work hard and be disciplined and work towards that goal. If you keep doing the right things, I believe success will come. Dedication, your determination is very important, whatever you do. So I would, if I have the opportunity, and whenever we get an opportunity to interact with the kids, wherever we go, I always tell them the same thing, that you got to be disciplined. And I'm sure, I can understand when they're young, they don't understand how to be determined and what discipline is. But never lose the focus is something, and at that age they just should be enjoying the game, or enjoying whatever they have to do, because that is the most critical part when they're young, growing up. Because when we were young, nobody told us that you have to enjoy. We were only, okay, you have to work here, you have to work there, and you have to run from one place to another to play cricket, to practice, or whatever it is. But at the same time, you got to enjoy that. Nobody told us that. So I think if I have to tell anyone, as like a kid, I would say enjoy whatever you are doing, whether it's going from one place to another to
but
practice.
But also stay disciplined.
Absolutely.
You
Without discipline, you can't achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah. So tell us about some special moments, your special moments in your cricketing career, which you, keep close to heart.
There has been few. Like the recently concluded test series that we won in Australia.
Yes.
Never ever Indian cricket team has won a test series in Australia. So that was a big achievement in terms of the team's goal. And we always wanted to go and win test series outside India. And this is a great stepping stone for us to move ahead and win test series outside India. So that was recently, a big achievement that we had. And then, of course, I've had few, like when we won the T20 World Cup, that was the first ever World Cup which was held in South Africa, and we won that. That is one. And then all the IPLs that Mumbai Indians won, yes. 3 IPL.
Yes.
So all those are very, very close to my heart.
High points.
Yeah.
How disciplined is Rohit Sharma in his financial planning?
Yeah, I mean, you have to ask my wife about that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I do understand where I've come from, so I'm a little careful about how I handle my finances. So yeah, I would say that much, because there's not much to discuss, because you have to really ask my wife how I deal with my finances.
I wish she was here. This is an interesting question.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I would say I'm pretty decent at that.
Okay. I also want to know a few of your favorites. So when it comes to taking a ball from a bowler, who would your favorite bowler be really?
To face or?
To face.
See, I mean, I would love to face any bowler, but the toughest bowler to face was Dale Steyn from South Africa. He never gave anything easy, and he always challenged you. So in my opinion, he is the one, yeah.
Which is the best field that you've played in, or a country that you've enjoyed the most?
Australia.
Clearly.
Without a doubt, because I love going there, and people just love the sport. People love cricket there, and they appreciate your performance. When you do well, they appreciate. But at the same time, they also give you hard time when when you're not doing well, because obviously they want their country to win, and you are the opposition team competing against their home team, so obviously they don't want to make your life easy. Yeah, but then you go out there on the field and you do it with your bat or ball, and try and see how they respond to that. But they do respond very positively when you do well, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to appreciate the sport, and I think they do that really well in their country. They love the sport. So yeah, that is one country I love to go and play, because it's a great cricketing atmosphere there when you're playing cricket.
Would you say that you are at your fit best right now? And we hear most of the sports people talk about various things that they do to keep fit. It is from yoga to swimming to running to football to mixed martials and kickboxing.
Yeah. There's so many
what
things.
Do you do?
I mean, I do a bit of everything.
Okay.
There's just not one particular aspect.
Is it more to diet, or is it more to working out?
It has to be a bit of everything. You can't just diet and go and play, because at the end of the day you need strength also. But yeah, you have to focus on your diet, at the same time focus on your workouts, and then various other activities like recovering, So there's a lot of activities that you can do. So I mix it up with everything, depending on the kind of tour that I've had, how much my body has taken. Because when you're on a tour, it takes a lot out of your body. So just to refuel whatever I've lost, I go and talk to my nutritionist, my fitness
You've
coach.
turned from a vegetarian to an eggetarian.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was always vegetarian since I was born, so yeah, as I said, you have to focus on your diet, and at the same time, you got to focus on your workouts as well. As long as you have a good fitness coach, which you can follow or completely trust, I think you're in safe hands.
How important is a coach in a sportsman's life, whether it is diet or whether it is mental fitness or whether it is the game for that matter?
I think after a certain level, coach is just, it's like your best friend.
Sure.
You know, because in our sport, in cricket, your personal coaches don't travel much. Like when we see tennis, the personal coaches, they're sitting in the box watching them.
Right.
They're always traveling with the player. But here we have a team coach. In sport, we have a team coach. And team coach cannot spend so much time with the individual how they spend in tennis, because you just have one player to work with.
True.
But in cricket, we have 15 to 20 players, and then plus, there's so many other things that a coach needs to look at. The practice sessions and all that, to organize practice sessions, to see if every player is heading in the right direction or not. It's too much for a coach to look after 15, 20 players like that. But I believe your personal coach, I do have somebody who I talk to, and then I believe he's your best friend, because when the times are not good, you talk to them, you just understand what you did when you were young, because they've been watching you from younger days.
Growing years.
Yeah.
Okay, Rohit, I have some fire rapid questions for you as well. One word answers onto this one, and I'll ask you some 5 or 6. Okay. So, one vice that Rohit Sharma has.
Be real.
That's a vice.
Yeah.
Favorite food? Cheat food?
Cheat food, street food. That
Bombay
can
food?
be your best
Comfort
cheat
food.
Yeah, I mean, street food are the best. Mumbai street food are the best.
Favorite vacation destination?
Anywhere in Europe.
You want to pick a city?
There are a few actually, Greece and Spain. So I would first pick Greece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Do you watch movies?
Yeah, I do. But
When was the last time you went out and watched a movie?
we went in Australia. We went to watch Uri.
Okay.
Yeah, as a team, like there were 6, 7 guys. We went and watched. It was a great movie.
Would you call it a favorite in the recent times, or is there a favorite
It
all
is,
time?
It is. It was a great movie. It was a great movie. It's showing about what the country went through and all that. So yeah, it was very great. It was superb to watch with your teammates as well. But yeah, recently honestly, since the day my daughter was born,
You spend all the free time
yeah, I've not had much time to watch TV.
there. Do you sing to your daughter?
Yeah, I do.
What song?
I don't know if I should say it, but yeah, I've been rapping to her about this.
Rapping.
Gully boy.
Would you rap a line for us?
No,
Please.
I'm really shy at that. But when I'm in my bedroom with my daughter, I can.
What is a song that you hum to yourself all the time? I mean, is there a favorite song? Something that you
There's
hum?
nothing favorite, but I like Maroon 5's "Girls Like You."
All right.
Yeah, my things keep changing. It never stays the same. Because I believe in present. So yeah, I go with whatever is the best at that period, at that point of time.
All right. Rohit, we'll take a very short break at that note. When we come back, we'll talk about your commercial endorsements and your brand associations. Welcome back, and we are in conversation with Rohit Sharma, and we are also joined by Paul Gales of New Era Caps now. But first to you, Rohit, you have been associated with a lot of brands and commercial associations as well when it comes to accessories, etc. What really drove you to New Era Caps?
Best in the business, without a doubt.
And these are your designs on the caps. This is your signature line.
Yeah, that's my signature headwear collection. And yes, it's something that I really believe in, associating with the best, because people look up to you, and you got to just make sure that people exactly get the taste of it. If at all we try and provide the platform for them, they need to understand where they are getting into. If they want to buy caps like these, they should understand. They should know that okay, this is the best in the business. It's the best caps in the world. So of course, why not? So that's what it is. For me, it's the association is all about being real. Like I said, I like to be real. And then when you have, big giants like New Era, Having the association, it's blessing in disguise, and I've been a great fan of caps of New Era. The first time I ever started wearing caps was New Era, which was 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is just going in line with what you really like. But Paul, you are re-entering the Indian markets now, and with the headgear, which Rohit Sharma really brings in. Why Rohit and why with caps?
Well, I think we can align completely. I mean, and thank you very much for the kind words. I mean, we are market leader in headwear, in sports headwear, and we always like to kind of link up with or join up with the best in class. And I think the best compliment that you can get as a headwear brand is when you hand over a piece of headwear, an athlete, a top class athlete, puts it on and says, "This is the best cap I've ever worn in my life." And I'm very, very lucky to work for a company, to work for a brand that actually makes those kind of products. You hand them over, people put them on and say, "This is really, really good." And that's important, very, very important for us.
Well, right. New Era is known as a brand which actually is a big brand which associates itself with sports, with music, with fashion, with the entertainment industry, etc. What plans do you have for India? What kind of investments are you looking at?
Well, I think our strategy for India is completely aligned with our strategy anywhere in the world. We have two facets of our business, which is sports and lifestyle. In sports, we link with the best athletes in the world, with the best leagues in the world. Yes, that is in the US with Major League Baseball, with the National Football League, with the NBA, the Basketball Association, with the MLS, the soccer league in the US. But then we actually take that in the local markets to the local sports. So in Europe, we align with soccer, football, because that's really the number one sport in Europe. So we have associations with the likes of Manchester United, Tottenham. When we come to India, we look at the Indian market and we say, okay, what's the number one sport? Well, it's cricket.
It's not even a sport, it's a religion here.
It's a religion, indeed. So, and we like to tie in with the local consumers, so we invest in cricket. So we launched with Virat Kohli, now with Rohit. And we'll continue to do those kind of investment. Is it just cricket? No. If there are other sports like football that are important, we will tie up with those sports. But for now, cricket is really, really important.
So what is the kind of market that India has when it comes to headgears really? And are you really looking to pick up a huge chunk on that?
Well, I think the headwear market in India is in its infancy. I don't think the culture is there yet, and that's why joining up with athletes that have a kind of a real example function in the Indian society, in the Indian culture, is very important for us. When we walk in the street here, there's still not a lot of people wearing headwear. If I compare it to the US or I compare it to walking in Paris, I was last week in Paris, and there's a lot of people wearing headwear. So I think it's really kind of developing here, which is exciting because it's the beginning of kind of a trend.
What drives you to this? Is it just a beginning, Rohit, of a new accessory, of a signature line, or is there more coming from Rohit Sharma?
No, this is just the beginning now. Of course, we are looking at the long-term thing, and obviously it is one of my passions. To be honest, when I got to know this association is going to happen, I was very excited. I remember we were in Australia. I was just going for training, and then we got to know this might happen, and I couldn't stop smiling. I couldn't stop laughing.
You're still smiling?
Yeah, I'm still, because see, like I said, there are certain passion projects that I have, and certain brands that I want to associate with. And when that happens, obviously,
Are you influencing your teammates with the same brand?
We may. We may not. Yeah. Yeah.
With IPL just around the corner, what are the plans there? Is there a strategy you're going into the game with?
Very simple, to lift the trophy.
Rohit, many congratulations and for the brand.
Thanks.
And all the best, of course, for the new season coming around.
Thank you
so
very
much
much
for joining us. Thank you so much, Paul, for taking time out for us.
All right.
And all the
Thank you.
best for the Indian entry.
Thank you.
Thank you.